Hey, it's Leigh Ann with Realty Growth. I'm here with Dan Langworthy. We're here to talk about the growth of Fortress Financial over the last few years. Dan, tell me a little bit about your original space in this building.
Yeah, so we moved into this original building back in March of 2022. And we were on the first floor, and this was an older building, so we ended up remodeling the whole first floor and some of the common areas.
You've done well.
Yeah, and so we moved from a space that we had 2 offices, and we had downstairs, we had actually 6 offices and 2 conference rooms, so plenty of room to expand downstairs.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So did you double your footprint by coming up here?
Yep, so now we're on the 3rd floor, and so believe it or not, after just a few short years, we ran out of space downstairs.
And that's always a good problem to have.
And so kind of our vision on this 3rd floor was that as people get off the elevator, that we occupy the entire 3rd floor. And now we've got 3 conference rooms, we've got 9 offices.
So your staff and your space grew.
Yeah, the staff grew quite a bit. We've added quite a few employees since then.
Nice.
And so now we have room to expand, and hopefully we'll be here for quite some time.
I love it. I love it. It is warm and welcoming when you get off that elevator. I will tell you that much. So we're going to walk around the space a little, see what Dan did. Who did your build out?
So up here it was Kramer Contracting, very good firm. They did excellent work for us.
And it was great.
Yeah, it was literally just as you got off the elevator, I mean, they just gutted everything from, starting with the ceiling and then all the walls. And so it was literally just in a matter of a few short days, a complete transformation.
I know.
When you walk in and all this is exposed.
It was great. I saw some of that.
Yeah.
Let's go check out the space.
The first thing that you'll notice is kind of our reception area here, where we tried to make it somewhat inviting. We maybe took a little bit of a theme from, if you've been to car dealers, a lot of times it's kind of a self-serve. So we've got everything from various chips and beverages and coffee machines. And so this was kind of an area that people can kind of relax and enjoy. And then as you turn to the right from the reception area, the lounge, this is where our front desk is at. And so this is where our front desk person remains, and they're there to greet people. And as we continue through, you'll see as we go forward on the far left here, this is our largest conference room over here. So this is probably where we would spend 75% of all of our client meetings is in this room. And one of the nice things from here is that being up on the 3rd floor, we've got a pretty good view out to Highway 52 that you can see. And this is a smaller conference rooms. We do a lot of Zoom meetings in here. And so that's kind of a nice way for us if we've just got somebody that we're zooming in remotely. And then here on the south side of the office on the 3rd floor, this is all the advisors. And if you take a quick turn to the right, this is what we refer to as our conversation room. And what we mean by the conversation room is this is a room where we get people that maybe come to us for the first time, either been referred to us or they found us online. And we literally just sit in here and have a conversation and try to understand if there's some things that we can actually help them with. But it's a little bit more of a warm, welcoming atmosphere. It's not so industrial, cold like your typical conference room that obviously we just saw. And as we continue down on the south side of the building, this is all the advisors here. So you see we've got offices all on the east side here. And so we've got various advisors working here. And then at the very south end, we've got kind of a workstation specifically for the advisors. And that's kind of a separate workstation from what we have up towards the front. And that way they can do a lot of their work here. And then we've got 3 workstations down here. That mainly is for our associate advisors. The associate advisors are simply supporting other advisors. And then we've got our senior advisor's office is in here. So on the north side of the 3rd floor, we've designed this kind of to be out of the main day-to-day advisory. And what we've got over here on the east side of the building is this is where we've got our interns. So this summer we ended up bringing on 2 different interns. We've got one from Drake University and one from UMD. And they're basically working on various projects and trying to learn if not only is this the path that they want to go, but also it gives them kind of the first-hand experience of working in an RIA financial advisory practice. And then over here we've got our strategy and planning manager, Luke. Really handles, as the name implies, a lot of the strategy of where our firm's headed, different projects that we might be working on. And this is actually what I call my second home. This is my space over here, right across from Luke's office. And it's, for me, nice and welcoming, gives me plenty of options. We've also, we've got plenty of seating here for really 3 to 4 different clients. I actually do conduct some meetings in here. Most of our meetings, as I had mentioned before, we put up on the big screen. One of the things I would point out is a little over a year ago, I wrote a book, Retire and Thrive, that has been kind of a labor of love for many, many years. And then recently, just here in the last 6 weeks, we actually launched a podcast for Retire and Thrive that kind of talks a little bit about the overall book and some of the lessons in there. You can find us online, Fortress Financial. Website is just fortressfg.net. And Monday through Friday, our office hours are from 8:30 to 4:30. This is probably my dream space that I had been dreaming about for several years. This is our media room. This is something that I've shot lots of videos over the years, but to actually have a designated space that we can actually shoot videos, record the videos, come in, not worry about the lighting, the sun, whether it's sunny or not sunny. And so this is where we started launching our podcast, and we now actually have an actual channel, which is the Fortress Studios, and one of those episodes or one of those channels inside of that is the podcast Retire and Thrive. So here we are back on the first floor. This is the first floor build out that we did moved into in 2022. So this was our former space before we ended up remodeling the third floor. The space across from the first floor office that we had was a vacant space that had been vacant for a couple of years. And what we ended up deciding to do was to turn this into a very large cafeteria. And some people may say, why would you have such a big cafeteria when you've only got 8 to 10 employees? This is actually a room that we have now conducted probably 4 or 5 different small client gatherings. And so it's worked out really well for us that not only do we have the facilities to host these events of 12 to 15 people, we've got the projector on top, we've got a big screen that comes out of the ceiling, and it's just kind of, again, more of a welcoming environment. And so we can host various events, whether they're educational events or partners that we work with, be it attorneys, accountants, bankers. And then as we move closer here, you can see we've got a separate room in here that's kind of about the same size as the one upstairs, so we're able to hold kind of smaller sessions in here with either clients of ours or smaller events. We call this our boardroom down here.
Thanks for watching this week's Thursday Market Update. Please go to YouTube and like, comment, and subscribe.